Good morning. Good morning. There you go. February's hard, isn't it? I tell you. Well, good to see everybody on Spring Staff Day. Thank you all for coming out in this warm, delightful weather, but we'll get through this. Anyway, the last time we were here, you all had bicentennial buddies selected, so I hope you've all been keeping up with your bicentennial buddy. People are like, oh my God, I forgot my bicentennial buddy. That's shameful. Anyway, it's actually great that we're meeting here today because, that we kicked off the bicentennial last time, but actually next week, Tuesday, March 5th, we mark the actual day of Colgate's bicentennial. So I sent an email out to everybody. At some point within the windows we identified, it would be great if all of you could come back into this chapel because we have, it's the year of swag. So come on back. But it's been a great year. There's been banners, food trucks, baseball caps, lectures, histories, stories about Colgate's past. And I want to thank everyone who's made the bicentennial celebration special for our students, faculty, staff, and alumni, and all those who've come together in different ways to mark this milestone. I just spent a week and a half on the road, and our alumni have really felt the bicentennial, and they're excited about it. It's provided us a chance to think about our past and to plan and think about our future. At this time last year, just exactly a year ago, everybody in this room, all faculty, all staff, and all Colgate alumni received a vision statement outlining a plan for Colgate's third century. And this is a document to guide our next 100 years. Since then, many of you gathered this morning have been part of various planning processes happening on campus that refine that vision statement and will set forth specific goals in each of our parts of the campus. Planning efforts have looked at new academic initiatives, plans for enhanced financial aid for students, plans for enhancements in residential life, plans for new housing in the village of Hamilton, plans to strengthen our already remarkable athletic programs, and plans about the very look and feel of this campus. Now, planning work is hard, and it's being done in addition to all your usual duties. And I know that planning can feel burdensome at times, and it can feel disconnected from your day-to-day, and sometimes it can feel as if it's disconnected to what you need. But if Colgate is to be great, as we know it is already, it must be planful. We must be disciplined. And we must be ready to acknowledge trade-offs that we need to take to fulfill our goals. Our work now will identify the road ahead for Colgate and will impact our institution in ways we will never really fully know. Like the 13 men and their $13 and 13 prayers, we are embarking on creating a Colgate that 50 years, 100 years from now, will continue to educate young men and women of promise, will support remarkable faculty, and will be a place that attracts remarkable staff. So thank you, everyone who's doing all this work. And hopefully in a couple of weeks, we'll send out the beginnings of a third century plan that I think everyone will see that they have part of and that they'll benefit from. But while the celebrations and events have focused on the past 200 years and we're thinking about the next 100 years, we're here today to celebrate your work now. This isn't about the year 2119, but about this February morning when we're assembled as a staff in this chapel. The sheer number and remarkable depth of the nominations for staff awards this year demonstrate the great work that many of you do across the campus to benefit our students, our colleagues, and Colgate. You care about the education we provide. You care about the programs in the offices that are in your purview. You care about how this campus looks and feels. But those nominations, and one of the great joys of sitting in my seat is that you get to see all of them. You care about each other. You support each other across departments, across the disciplines, across areas. Yes, Colgate is a place, it's buildings, it's a campus on a hill, but its soul is its people. That's why we aren't in our offices right now. We're not working on the campus. We're not in athletics fields. We're here for each other now. And I'm here to thank you. First, I want to acknowledge the buildings and grounds and campus safety crews for keeping our campus safe. B&G staff, a little applause there. let me tell you, I've never seen storms hit exactly at the worst possible times repeatedly over the last, I mean, literally as students are coming back, we called our B&G staff to get every part of this campus ready. We had people opening up residence halls a day or 2 days early so our students could come back on time. We've had what seems to be 5 different ice storms. And just watching our B&G folks just get at it has been remarkable. Campus safety staff provided extra van services during the freezing cold temperatures and offered rides for pedestrians. Dan Goff and his team are up late keeping track of the weather and are constantly assessing conditions on the campus. These are all the people who make it able for all of us to come to work, and a lot of times we can't see their efforts. One of the great joys of my owning a dog is I get to see all the B&G guys in the morning, and they work hard, and they're always smiling, and they're always happy, and I just want to clap for them again. So there we go. And it's more than just him. You know, I get to the gym a little before 6 in the morning, and I always run into Chris and Doreen, who are always remarkably happy, making Huntington ready for thousands of users. I get to the office, and there's Rodney, making James B. Colgate ready, not just for our admissions staff, but for thousands of visitors who come every day. So this morning, I get to thank Doreen. I get to thank Chris. I get to thank Rodney. We all do. Now, next, I'm grateful for all of you who work directly with our students. Many of you provide them with lessons they cannot get in the classroom. You supervise them in on-campus jobs. You advise them about career ideas, about their lives after Colgate, their life choices. You counsel them when they're low. You tend to their wellness and their mental health. Colgate provides our students with a remarkable comprehensive experience about all the things that happen outside of the classroom, in our residence halls, social space, and dining halls. And that's as important as what happens in Love Auditorium or Wynn Hall or classrooms in person. It also means that their interactions with staff are teachable moments that are conducted not just in a field, but person to person. So thank you, every single person who takes care of our students. So those of you who are new to Colgate, welcome. I've just highlighted some of our community that is now your community. And as you get to know more members of the Colgate community, I know you'll come to appreciate, as I do, how special it is to work here and how special this campus really is. So thank you for coming and being part of us. Now, before I turn this podium over to the Christopher Wells Show, stakes are high. You were really good last year, so, you know, that's why they're here. I want to thank everybody who sent in nominations. As I said before, this year we got a ton of nominations, and they weren't just casual nominations. These were remarkably thoughtful. So thank you, everybody who took the time to write about your coworkers. It's really inspirational. Thank you also for dreaming with me. You know, it's hard sometimes in my position to sit there and when people are doing their day-to-day jobs to say, push them and say, how can we do things better? Push, push, push. That's my job. And the day I stop pushing this institution to be better is the day you wish I'd leave. Because I know how great this place is, and I know what we can do over the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. It's been such an exciting year, but it's just beginning. And I just look up at those dorms that are up on the hill, and I look at everything that's happening, and this is a school that is so poised to be talked about across the nation, and it's going to be because of everybody in this room. So thank you for letting me push and dream. Thank you for pushing me, and let's have a great morning this morning. Let's survive this cold weather. Spring will come, and then we'll be commencing and graduating, and that'll be great. So thank you all so much. Yeah.
Right. So before I start with the awards part of the session today, I want to take a moment to say, last year I came up to do this, and I was, as I often am, in front of a large room full of people, awkwardly goofy or goofily awkward or both. Afterwards, people from many departments across all the divisions came up to me and said, "You were terrific. You were very funny. Like I had planned it. Like I was, like I was." It says something about our community that folks could tell that would be a nice thing to say to me. It was kind and it was generous, and it's a reflection of the ways in which this community can be a really wonderful place. So I said to my wife, they really like that awkward, goofy thing that I do a lot. Maybe I'll do some more of that this year. And she said, maybe you should just do a PowerPoint. The library has some stuff. And make sure your fly is zipped. This is the kind of solid advice you can get from the library. The thing about a working life at Colgate is that it becomes more meaningful when we recognize that our efforts contribute to building something of lasting value, something that is forever growing and changing and that we can help to shape. The ways and methods through which staff have contributed to Colgate have changed over the years, of course. We see here, ruh-roh. Oh, there we go. We see here, for example, the potentially challenging engines that powered the lawnmowers used by earlier grounds crews. There are logistical issues here. It seems inevitably something's going to hit the fan, but... For another example, here's the closest thing to a laptop that the IT staff used to have to support. Whoop. Oh, come on, gang. There we go. But some things remain the same. We continue to partner with faculty in providing an environment in which students can learn and develop. I especially love this photo, which seems to suggest a Colgate faculty member obliviously having a building constructed around him while his attention remains buried in a book. And building is a good metaphor for both our evolving institutions and our contributions as staff members. Here's a photo that shows community members, faculty, staff, and students coming out to see the cornerstone of the new James B. Colgate building. And here is the interior of that completed building, at this point a library filled with students. And here is the same building today. Oop. A welcoming landing place for visiting students and their families. When that first cornerstone was laid down, could they have imagined that one day a family would drive 5 hours to Colgate in order for their son to interview at our new dentistry school? And that the admissions staff would have to inform their frustrated parents that the new dentistry school, which they'd apparently read about in the student newspaper, did not actually exist, but had been an April Fool's Day story concocted by the student editors? Probably not. But if they'd imagined that Colgate and generations to come could continue to attract dedicated staff who could respond to such situations with respect and patience, they would have been correct. Finally, here's a shot of the groundbreaking for expansion of a chemistry building, attended by faculty and students, you see on either side there, which reminds us that while these two groups will always be central to Colgate's mission, it's the staff who will look best in the historical photos. This is the finished building with the facilities staff who maintained it. My bicentennial wish to you today is that you find ways to connect your work with a sense of this history. The photos here, by the way, are from the Colgate at 200 collection, made available online by the archive department at our libraries. Can we give them a hand? Okay, let me move on to celebrating the staff and the awards segment of our program. We can bring the lights back up if that's a possibility. First, as we like to do, I want to take a moment to welcome the new members of our community, those folks who started after our last all-staff meeting on August 22nd. These 37 new hires join us in accounting, admission, advancement, athletics, communications, the Cove, facilities, history, HR, IT, picker, psychology, the registrar's office, Shaw Wellness, and the theater. If you started at Colgate after August 22nd, could you please stand up? We're very happy to have you here. Okay, with only the inevitable goofiness, let me move on to the awards. The Staff Excellence Awards were introduced in the fall of 2015. Nominations are solicited from the entire campus, and the submissions are reviewed by a committee to determine the recipients. I should say, as President Casey said, we had a lot of nominations this time around. To the extent that somebody that you nominated did not get an award this year, heartily encourage you to submit again in a subsequent year. There were a lot of folks who were worthy of recognition who did not actually win this year. The first category of awards is the Individual Excellence Awards. Oh, fudge! Lori Schladd set this up so it would be impossible for me to do that. There are limits to foolproofing. Right, so the Staff Excellence Awards, Individual Excellence Awards, normally provided to 7 employees in recognition for demonstration of sustained outstanding achievement in one or more of the following areas: effective communication, creativity and innovation, leadership and teamwork, change management, diversity and inclusion, and sustainability. This year we received 78 nominations for this category. The final tally of votes resulted in a 3-way tie for the 7th position, which has resulted in our awarding 9 recipients this year. Each recipient will receive $500 plus 1 additional vacation day. When I get to the name, which will be a big surprise to all of you, and if you hear your name, please come up on stage. They'll want to take your picture as you make your way off stage. I will give you an opportunity to speak to this lovely crowd. To the extent that you do not want to, you do not have to. Give me one of these, and I will let you pass in peace. I will be reading excerpts from the nomination text for each of the winning candidates. The first: demonstrating an uncanny ability to build relationships on campus, initiate effective programs, and provide compassionate care and guidance to students, faculty, and staff, Tricia Banuelos, Program Coordinator for the Haven, has brought vibrant energy that is contagious to Colgate and the Haven. Having arrived in August, she immediately embraced the mission of the Sexual Assault Response Center and started making deep connections with our campus partners. She has taught others to use an intersectional lens and consider how sexual assault and interpersonal violence affects all of us. Tricia has had a truly positive effect on the community in a very short period of time. Congratulations, Tricia.
Ooh, this is awkward. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to Don LaFrance for being able to allow me to do all that I want with Haven. I wanted to say thank you to Dana and Odette, also to other program coordinators who showed me that I can be as creative as possible. I'm so excited to be here at Haven. I just graduated in May, and I never thought that at 23 I get to be doing so many different things to support survivors, but also to change the culture of rape culture on campus. I hope that over time we can increase reporting but decrease instances, and I will keep fighting to do so until I pass out. Thank you. Okay.
Just walk right down that way. Our next nominee: providing calming care and support during times of student and staff crisis while simultaneously asking the difficult questions that are necessary to establish accurate information during complex investigations. Val Brogan, Assistant Director of Investigations, has a rare gift for communicating. Her tireless work ethic and passion for helping others extends well past the normal workday while she manages multiple investigations. Her investigations result in accurate accounts that she meticulously transcribes into comprehensive reports. She is a mentor to many and collaborates with a myriad of departments across the university, communicating a sense of shared goals and genuine care for others. Val's unique skills are an invaluable asset to Colgate. Congratulations, Val.
Thank you. Standing in front of crowds is not my thing. I'm usually a one-on-one person. But I got to thank all of you. I thank my friends and family and campus safety. They make coming to work a pleasure every day. And I love connecting with everyone here at the university. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
The next winner. Relentlessly creative, yet a disciplined organizer of student energy, leading by example and creating change through her work on late-night programs and leadership development, Marcia Collett, Program Coordinator in CLSI, is a beloved presence and provides space for students outside of the dominant culture to find belonging at Colgate. She brings levity and fun with a keen eye to understanding when, where, and how students want different types of events and desire non-sports competition and opportunities to participate as teams. She is quiet yet persistent in making changes for the betterment of Colgate's social events for our students. Congratulations, Marcia.
I'd like to thank everybody at CLSI, Denise Upton, Drew Harris, Kayla Weinstein, Brett Heller, and Edie McPherson. You guys are awesome. You're a wonderful team, and we're a wonderful team together. Thanks, guys.
Our next winner. She is a lifeline. She has such depth of expertise and knowledge and is unstintingly generous with her time and energy. Every time I have had a practical question or needed help understanding the legal background to some messy situation, she has gone above and beyond to provide all the information and history I needed. And I know I'm not alone. She does so much, I sometimes think there must be two of her. Her energy and insight help advance Colgate in so many ways. Tamala Flack. Executive Director for Equity and Inclusion and Equal Opportunity and Affirmative Action, is warm and welcoming and works tirelessly to build a more inclusive environment for all. Congratulations, Tamala.
I would just say that I'm happy to contribute to work that supports and uplifts all of us on campus, and just thank you very much. Have a good day.
Our next winner. With the patience of a saint, he is approachable, kind, always willing to help, a pleasure to work with, knowledgeable, creative, professional, a true team player, and a remarkable colleague. These are just a few of the many descriptors used for David Herringshaw. Digital Production Specialist. This past year, Dave served as a key member of the Razor's Edge implementation team, rolled out Emma, a new campus communication system, and while never letting his daily support of multiple digital communication platforms slide. And as if he is not busy enough at work, Dave completed the New York City Marathon in November, likely good training for always crossing the finish line with style. Congratulations, Dave.
So just real quick, thanks to my communications colleagues, web team, thank you all, appreciate this. Public speaking is not my thing, so thank you everyone.
Our next winner, demonstrating significant leadership and teamwork and seeking out countless opportunities to continue her professional growth, she's developed this person into a strong clinician, supervisor, mentor, and leader. Nikki Keating, who is at a conference this week, has provided invaluable support that is strategic, innovative, and team-oriented in her role as the Assistant Director of Counseling and Psychological Services. Nikki has been a critical contributor to a comprehensive self-study in the accreditation process and with the proposal for crisis counseling and for after-hours service provision. Nikki's leadership, care, and compassion for students has been instrumental in the evolution of the Counseling Center. In absentia, congratulations, Nikki. I figured it out just now. Taking a positive approach in managing every student's situation on a personal level, having direct contact with students and involving appropriate stakeholders even when the answer needs to be no, Stacy Millard, Director of Residential Life, is always able to highlight the benefits of a situation. She is collaborative and heavily invested in long-range planning, as is evident in her work with the Third Century Residential Planning Group. She is able to manage many moving parts, processes, and people while maintaining sensitivity and integrity while managing unpredictable and difficult situations. Simply put, she is a role model for student affairs. Congratulations, Stacy.
I wouldn't be up here if it weren't for the amazing staff in Residential Life. So I just want to thank the rest of my team, and I really I'm so surprised by this, so thank you so much, sincerely.
Thoughtful in her day-to-day responsibilities while maintaining positive relations with colleagues across the campus, she is excellent in assisting parents and students and has been described as a real trooper. Her knowledge, experience, and stability has been incredibly important to the Office of Student Accounts. Janine Rasmussen, Student Account Assistant, is welcoming and open to answering questions and exploring new practices. But most importantly, she embraces and participates fully in identifying ways to improve the experience for students and her colleagues. Congratulations, Janine.
Wow. I just want to say thank you to everyone in the accounting office and student accounts, to Jason, who has really been great. So I don't know, that sounds funny, but very surprised. Thank you.
It's a special podium. Everything sounds funny up here. With unparalleled competence, sensitivity, and professionalism, she seamlessly manages the collective life of a department of 20 while anticipating every administrative responsibility of the department's chair. This makes her truly indispensable. The glue that holds the political science department together, Cindy Terrier, brings an extraordinary level of professionalism combined with thoughtfulness and a generosity that brightens everyone's day. An effective communicator that treats everyone with respect and makes everyone feel special. She is meticulous, well organized, and ensures that institutional memory will be available to guide the department. Congratulations, Cindy.
You can't see me, so it works. Thank you to my department. They're wonderful. Thanks again.
Moving on to the Outstanding Contribution Award. This recognizes one member of the staff for a single outstanding achievement above and beyond their job responsibilities. This year we received 14 nominations, and again we found ourselves in a place where we felt this should be awarded to more than one employee. Each recipient will receive $500 plus one additional vacation day. This dynamic duo took extraordinary actions and decisive intervention in providing assistance to a student during an emergency medical situation. They went far beyond their duties at a critical moment with their quick actions and care when a student in the library was found having a severe seizure. Alan Mosier, Custodian, and Yoli Vasquez, late night circulation supervisor. Took actions that were potentially life-saving. For their heroic efforts, we award them both with the 2019 Outstanding Contribution Award.
Hello. Well, that was quite an experience that day. And I hope I never have to go through that again. But I'm glad that I was there and Alan was there because I think it made quite a big difference what we did. So thank you all.
Like Yoli said, it was quite an experience and something we'll never forget, and hopefully everyone here would do the same thing if they had to. Thank you.
Either way is fine. Next, the Team Award. This recognizes a group of staff members, multi-departmental and cross-functional, that demonstrates exceptional teamwork. This year, we had 18 team nominations. Each team member will receive $100 plus one additional vacation day. With guidance and input from a wide variety of faculty, administration, and staff, this team worked diligently, smartly, and congenially to bring to fruition the Colgate 200 Bicentennial website. This partnership between Jason Camerdiner, Rebecca Downing, both of Communications, and Emily Jeffries of the Library brought the right mix of technical web design, acute editorial eye, and a foundation in archival outreach and research. This team worked quickly and passionately to tell Colgate's past, present, and future story. They listened to the various stakeholders' visions and produced a tangible, successful result. Together, and with generous assistance from other staff, they were able to build a beautiful, scholarly, well-received website for celebrating the university's bicentennial. Congratulations.
I think the nature of this award is such that it should go without saying everybody who was involved in this project is not on this stage right now, from Dave Herringshaw, who you've already seen today, to Gordon Brillon, to Vinnie Lentini in IT, to a whole bunch of people who have made an incredible contribution so quietly that I don't even know that I've met them all from the archive. So I'm going to let Emily bring their names to the front. But this was really a team effort. It was great to work with my colleagues. It was really fantastic. Thank you to everybody out there who contributed.
I just want to echo what Jason said. It was a great team and involved so many people we couldn't possibly name them all. I think Colgate is blessed that we have amazing stories to tell and an amazing history. We have a great collection in the archives, and without the work that Emily and her team did, we wouldn't have been able to bring it to the fore. So it really was a huge team effort, and it's something that I think history will treasure. So thank you.
I'll be quick since I'm the last one, but just echoing what they said, it's a little different for an archivist to work on this very public relations side, and Laura Jack has been awesome, and Tim Horn and everyone at Communications, and then I can't forget my library people. I saw Lara up there, and Allie Grimm, and all the other people that have been doing the digitization and helping me do my part for this great website, and I hope you all have visited and read the stuff that's on there. So thank you so much, everyone.
Finally, the Employee of the Year. Selected from this year's recipients of the Individual Excellence Award and Outstanding Contribution Award, The recipient will receive an additional $1,000 and have their name placed on the Employee of the Year plaque. The Employee of the Year award goes to Dave Herringshaw. I should maybe have told Dave not to go back upstairs. It's a lovely plaque. In my real life, I'm not nearly that goofy, so I'm going to go back to that. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. It's wonderful to be here with you today. Could the winners please stick around? They're going to want to take some more photos of you for the red carpet display. Thanks, everyone.
It was like our own Oscars, and now Lady Gaga will come up. On March 5th, our actual charter day, the day the university turns 200, the bells of this chapel will ring. At that moment, if you have time, please come back for a special day, and if you are around that night, Steve Hughes and his crew have done some things to this campus that will surprise all of you. So thank you all for being here this morning. Let's celebrate a great year. Thank you so much.